Alright, what's up you guys? Time for another video, and I want to do a video on this simply because I want to tell somebody how to be and how not to be too, and the difference between some of us and people that really do shit for the positive way for ulterior motives, which are reasonable ulterior motives, I call it. You know, say if you're being persecuted or something like that, and then I'm trying to tell you a one way to handle things as opposed to another way. This is something I've been seeing on the TV news, and they talked about it, I think, on Good Morning America. There was a dude, all right, that I guess one of his, I don't want to say it was one of his passions if he did it on a regular basis, but he got known, I think, to a certain extent, to buy a large amount, like a few $100s worth of Girl Scout cookies. And he was respected for it, but yet he made the news because after that, I guess, I don't know if he lost his respect for people who'd got it. Oh, well, I mean that people, I guess, were to lose respect for him after this, because it would come to light that he gets, to make the long story short, you guys read the article, look at it, he gets caught with drugs, you know, and crap like that, and then so he goes to jail. So, and then of all the dumb things, he goes right to his cellmate. And if you don't even know a cellmate, I've never been in jail, but if you look at some of these guys that are on YouTube videos now that used to be in prison now, there's that one guy that knows how to make good prison meals and prison food, which is pretty cool. It's a wonder he don't, maybe he'd do a topic on this, he does topics, but okay, so he goes, but yeah, anyway, I imagine, I never, you know, I don't know anything about that stuff, but I know that a cellmate that you hardly know, you're going to go and recruit a cellmate you barely know, right? And try to hire him to pay him money to kill the prosecutor and to kill whoever snitched on him or whatever. So he got in trouble. He got caught. So I don't know. In some way, I'm guessing your local jails, or whether it's a city, county, or whatever the hell, at the very least, if you try to pull shit like that, you know what I mean? You don't know. Somebody can be in that jail. I imagine they probably got some people in that jail that will gladly tell on you, because you never know. You might have somebody pretending to be a criminal that he went to jail for something, and he might be undercover in the prison, you know, with the guards. They may not even be a prisoner at all. But at the very least, you hear the stories. You've got different people, you know, where they have ways of catching. Where they caught the guy, you know, and so now he's in some pretty big trouble there because he was plotting to kill whoever put him in jail, you know what I mean? But yeah, you got people that'll do, well, the guy probably like cookies too. You got people that will go and you can be damn near anything, you know what I mean? And my natural father, or like my stepfather, my natural father, that he was an ex-alcoholic and he was a little bit of a Bible thumper. He always did say you can do about things for ulterior motives in certain ways, but he told me that Al Capone actually gave money, a large amount of money, to the soup kitchens and all that, but he was still a ruthless murderer. You know, he had a tendency in him, and there were gangsters out there that actually did throw money to maybe some charities or to things like that, but yet they were not shy about having their enemies or their people like that, you know, beat up or murdered, you know. But yeah, that is true. Now, but unlike the rest of us, who, you know, we talk about that we might be gang stalked or whatever, and people, other family members that had that other family member that was into always messing his life up with drugs, and you got thinking your old family member, you think your own family members could be trying to deliberately do shit and get cops on you, hoping they're praying real hard because they're jealous of you praying real hard that they'll find drugs on you, and they'll even get, once in a blue moon, the police to stop you on the streets and search you and all that. So, and my point is too that I'm all for the thing where if you don't have no record and hey, somebody doesn't like you because you got long hair or you're a certain color, or nationality, and you got you're wearing dreads or something, and you don't never been in any trouble, but you got people that are jealous of you, you gang stalking, and if you see, no, you misuse the if you see something, say something, hoping to find something on you, which, and I'm all for that. You know, you do something because you care about the cause. And, hell, I'm the way I preach the way I am on videos about gang stalking, but I still fucking like cookies. Nothing wrong with that, you know. I think both good and bad people, hell, they like cookies, you know. But it ain't right if you somebody that does bad stuff, and somebody, yeah, not wrong with liking cookies, but if you're somebody that likes cookies that will give a whole amount of money to Girl Scouts. Well, there was a thing too I saw in the news, somebody did a real dirty deed, gave counterfeit money, a large amount of counterfeit money to the Girl Scouts, and they lost all that money on cookies. That's not good too. You got this far in this video, that's a bad thing too. And then yeah, like you don't want to do that shit either. But I myself, when I was in a if you want to talk about workplace shit starters or mobbing, and even if you don't believe it's outright gang stalking, the biggest thing I ever did as far as Girl Scout cookies, you know, and I still like cookies, and I believe in the Girl Scouts. I consider a win-win. I don't do nothing bad to nobody, but people trying to jealous and all that stuff and accuse you of this and that, you know, I mean, you know, just because they're jealous. Guy that I work with, I bought $50 worth of Girl Scout cookies, you know, and wasn't shy about it. I mean, when you didn't eat lunch in a workplace, whatever the fucking ulterior motive, say you didn't eat lunch yet, or you're waiting to go home, you bring a small lunch and you're waiting to maybe go and eat supper, because I used to live across the street from a restaurant, you know, smelling the food. I was straight over that restaurant. So they got more money. There was no way a person that sold drugs was able to get to me unless they tried to pull me away from food. I'd have to be some kind of person that cared about cigarettes and booze and or whatever, getting high over food. And you ain't gonna do that with me. I mean, I'll take the cookies hands down. You know, fuck the drugs, man. Especially, yeah, like it's like the deal where, like my father one time said about going shopping. You want to go shopping when you're hungry? The shit, crazy shit you might end up buying. But then if you go when you're full, and say you ate a bunch of stuff and feasted somewhere, or went to somebody's barbecue and ate, and you got to do this shopping because it's work, you're like, you know, the opposite. But yeah, go figure. But anyway, yeah, I liked cookies, and at the same time, one of my point, if you got this far in this video, yeah, I didn't eat lunch yet, and I'm ready to either go after the whatever the shift in the job I was doing and eat supper. So this happened when I was hungry. Yeah, and there was ulterior motives in front of my haters and critics, you know, try to say you're on drugs because they're jealous. You get a job done like you're supposed to. Oh, you must be on cocaine, and just because they need smoke breaks and their cigarettes, and cigarettes make you tired. You stay up late at night and you're drinking beer when you got to be in a workplace and don't go to bed on time. Then all of a sudden you get your damn job and work smarter and not harder, and work gracefully and get your shit done. And maybe your haters also have lower expectations for you. They try to say all kind of shit. Then you just prove them, oh, you're on cocaine. And then, you know, people that try to incite hate toward a person. And so you may have to do things that you look like you're an asshole with ulterior motives to fight back, to try to make yourself a good person. That's no crime. But, you know, I believe the lesser evil is sometimes you may have to choose. Okay, let's start this over. Sometimes you may have to choose a lesser evil, that lesser evil being a thing that you may do to look like some asshole who gives or does something in arrogance, as opposed to people trying to incite really bad things about you to deliberately, you know, destroy your character. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you believe in what you're doing, it's completely okay. You know, it depends on the circumstances. But even though I can't stand organized religion and a lot of things I criticize, I believe Atheists, they want to separate themselves. I think there should be a 10 Commandments for atheists, next to the other 10 Commandments if you want to. For example, you can be the atheist 10 Commandments instead of removing the 10 Commandments for like the ACLU, all that shit. Go on this side and have another 10 Commandments secular and say, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal nobody's shit. And with the subject matter that I was fighting against too, next to, and there's good ones, whether you're a Bible thumper or whether you're an atheist, that I fought against, and I'm doing good stuff to try to disprove my haters and flip them off and I'll flip them off. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your brother, atheist or secular side. Thou shalt not be fucking lying on people, or if you're somebody in the black church, which my mother, I think, went to when she was in her younger days. Like if you're religious and you're black and you want to get away from all the world, you can have dysfunction in your family about, maybe you're not Bible thumpers, the other ones, right? But then you can be on the streets, blacking on the streets and say, don't be lying on people. Don't be saying shit, Just like, some of us have friends, both black and white, we pick up habits and sayings from each other. So there you go, the shit that people shouldn't be doing anyway, But yeah, that's very important subject matter going on here too,